To truly understand how yoga and meditation overlap, it's important to understand what the true meaning of yoga is. You see, yoga is a lot more than like going into a studio and doing some exercises or stretching or doing chaturangas. It's a lot more complex than that. You see, yoga and its true meaning is really about creating unity and congruence within you. It's about having kind of everything in line and being able to focus and drive yourself toward whatever the positive end result is in your living experience. So when you look at the term yoga, it comes from the root word of yoke, which quite literally means to join or to unite things with the purpose of doing work. And so that last piece, with the purpose of doing work, is really important because it's not about just, it's not about being able to find some sort of unity and congruence within, and then you're done, you walk away. That's kind of the starting point. So when we have this moment of reuniting within ourselves, what that is really speaking to is this deep, unchangeable part of you. Most religions just call it your soul or your spirit. In yoga, just for clarification, we commonly call it the true self. Personally, I like to call it your essence. A question that you might have, or a statement that you might have running through your mind somewhere is, what does this have anything to do with what we do in like a regular yoga class? And I think that that's kind of a fair objection, so I wanted to clear that up first. You see, yoga has evolved significantly from its inception. And to give you a very high level is that at first it was very much a spiritual practice, and it became something that was a little bit more communal based, so involving other people. And then eventually it started to involve a little bit more of like the practical tools that you have, your body, your energy that you have, and being able to keep those things in a healthy place. So when you have this evolution take place over a long period of time, what happens is there's a whole bunch of method that gets put on top of this. So when you have all these different types of methodologies emerge based on this evolution of yoga to include like valuing your body as a valuable tool, as well as your energy levels and things like that, you have a lot of different, people putting their flavor on top of it. You see, in some of the ancient texts, the directions that were given to establish a good, comfortable place to practice meditation and to attain what's called self-realization or self-transcendence commonly. Some of the most basic concepts in yoga, or one of the references to the physical body, was simply to take a comfortable seat. And so with that simple direction, to be comfortable and to sit and be joyful, a lot of different interpretations and a lot of different things emerged from that to eventually become what is misunderstood to be yoga today, which is doing poses, and that's it. But truly, originally, it was to take a comfortable seat. But that's just a portion of the full yoga practice. From those few simple directions, the kind of concepts of yoga, the really understanding of what it is and how it benefits you, began to spread wonderfully as well. People found that yoga heals you, and that it brings about balance to your energies, and it's really an outlet unlike any other that you can experience, and I think that you could probably attest to that. So when most people come into a yoga studio, that's generally why they come in, is because they heard that yoga is good, right? And then they have a problem, they have pain that they want to solve. Or maybe they lack mobility, or just the reputation of yoga in general is they know it's a good exercise, so they're going to start doing that. And so that's generally what brings people in. And I'd like to share something with you that I wouldn't necessarily tell somebody that comes in for their first class, is that truly yoga is not going to solve those problems. You are going to have to solve the problems. And so yoga just gives us this process to follow. But if they just show up and call it in the whole time, they're not going to gain those benefits. They have to put in the work. So the question is, what does yoga do, right? And, you know, like I said, yoga is not this solution. And I believe that yoga is not even going to give you the tools to solve something. So you have to ask yourself, like, then what is it, right? I believe that you have all the tools that are necessary to solve every single problem that you have. And this gets me to kind of my personal definition of what yoga is. I say that yoga is simply an instruction manual on how to use these tools that you have in order to solve all the problems of your daily life and to help guide you to achieve one of the most important, if not the most important goal of your life. So in this next lesson, I'm going to unpack some of the most foundational and, in my opinion, some of the most important instructions that were given to us in the instruction manual.